Welcome everyone to the Career Readiness and Job Placement Team's Get Work Wednesday webinar. We have an amazing lineup today of employers who are here with us. And before we get started, I would like to introduce our Dean of Strategic Partnerships and Workforce Development, Andrea Visner. She has a message for us today.
Thank you very much, Alexa. I really appreciate it. I'd like to welcome you all to our Get Work Wednesday webinar. Skyline College is deeply committed to making sure that during the uncertain times of the COVID pandemic, that we are here to support students in our community in getting jobs and preparation needed to compete for quality and living careers in our region. We're super excited to host webinars throughout the summer to bring exciting opportunities to participants who are joining us today or who might be following up and listening to the videos online. A great big thank you to the Career Readiness and Job Placement team for their efforts in making this event possible. And a thank you to our featured employers for sharing the information regarding your open positions and your commitment to keeping our economy moving forward during this really difficult time. I'd like to now turn it back to Alexa, and I hope all of our participants joining us today find this of great value. Take good care.
Thank you so much, Andrea. Greatly appreciate it. My name is Alexa Moore. I am the Job Placement Coordinator for Society and Education. I do want to just kick this off and thank all the representatives one more time for joining us today in this webinar that we have and providing these amazing job opportunities that are available within their companies. Today we have 4 companies. The first is Security Industry Specialists. We have the Police Credit Union, Dignity Health, and Equitable Advisors. So thank you all again for coming to our Get Work Wednesday webinar. And I'm gonna go ahead and just give a brief, have you all give a brief introduction about yourselves, your role, your name, your position, and what your company provides within the community, whether products or services or both. And then we'll get into each company's positions that they have available. So I'm gonna go ahead and start off with Christina, excuse me. Christina, can you tell us a little bit more about Security Industry Specialists?
Hi, yes, so I'm Christina. I work for Security Industry Specialists. I am in our recruiting team based out of our San Jose corporate office. So as a company, we are providing security services to a lot of the very well-known and influential tech companies and businesses, as well as some very high-end retailers. And again, just providing them with different types of security services, ranging from the physical security to more administrative roles and beyond. So that's just a little glimpse of us, and I can get into more of it a little bit later on.
Thank you so much, Christina. I appreciate that. And then our next representative is Marina from the Police Credit Union. Can you tell us a little bit more about your company and the products and services you provide within the community?
Sure. Hi. So I'm Marina Pasquale. I'm the HR generalist and recruiter at the Police Credit Union. So I have been here for about a year. Loved each day of it. It's such a great environment to work in. So the Police Credit Union, we serve all law enforcement, other first responders such as firefighters and EMTs. So we're really that outlet for them to help, with any kind of problems that they're having. Some of the featured products that we have right now, we have a new loan forgiveness, which is called End of Watch. So if a police officer happens to be, unfortunately killed in the line of duty, they can be forgiven for that loan up to $850,000. And that's at no cost to them. So that's what really sets us apart. And being a credit union, we really value our members and make sure that they have the best experience.
Thank you so much, Marina. I appreciate that. And then we will have Darren from Dignity Health. Tell us a little bit more, please, about your company and what products or services you provide within the community.
Okay, my name is Darren Green. I'm a talent acquisition leader for Dignity Health. I serve specifically the Bay and the North State service areas, North State being Reading, Red Bluff, and Mount Shasta up north. Dignity Health last year merged with a company called Catholic Healthcare Initiative, and our organization is changing over to a company name of Common Spirit. We are the largest faith-based hospital organization in the United States. We are now in 21 states. In being a hospital organization, we have hospitals in the different communities. We have hospitals, 2 hospitals in San Francisco as well, St. Mary's and St. Francis. We have 1 hospital, Sequoia Hospital in Redwood City, and we have Dominican Hospital in Santa Cruz, which is in our immediate Bay service area. But we do have other hospitals throughout California, and as I mentioned, in 21 states as well. We do everything. We provide all hospital services, surgeries, clinics. We have nurses, doctors. We have what we call allied health, which are like physical therapists, respiratory therapists, radiology. So anything you can think of, any type of service that's being provided in a hospital, we provide. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Darren. I appreciate that. And our last employer will actually be joining us around 12:15, so we'll have them kind of introduce their company and the positions they have probably all in one time frame there. So thank you all again for giving us a little bit of background information about your companies and the products and services that you provide within your communities, all wonderful things. And I'm really grateful for you all being here today, sharing these opportunities. So we'll go ahead and start again with Christina, who will share with us a little bit more about the opportunities that are available within her company. Christina, could you tell us about the positions that you currently have and what skills or qualifications are needed for these positions?
Yeah, of course. So a lot of what we currently have right now is what we call security specialists, or we have security screeners or health screeners as we're calling them. So a lot of what these positions all are about is it's very customer service based. So if people have customer service skills and experiences from other places, those are very transferable into positions with our company, because in security, you are constantly going to be dealing with people and communicating with them on a daily basis. So again, having that customer service is going to be very vital. Another thing is just being able to articulate and communicate, because again, going hand in hand with the customer service and interacting with others, you're going to have to be able to interact with them, and if they have questions, being able to be responsive and knowing how to direct people there. Another little thing too that sometimes is always nice about these positions is if you are someone who's maybe looking to get into the security field, whether that's law enforcement or criminal justice or anything around the lines of that, it's a very entry-level position where you can get your feet wet, learn a little bit more about how everything works, and then from there just build on your experiences, and that can definitely take you a long way. We do work with a lot of like off-duty officers and law enforcement, former military. So it's a good way to connect and even expand your connections, if you will, with other people, again, if that is something that you are looking for. But another thing too is that it's just very good for students like yourselves who may still be in school, because of a lot of our positions do provide flexibility for them to work around if you do have school and are taking classes. So that's just a little bit about the positions as a whole. More specifically, these specialist roles, we have positions based all over the Bay Area. So in the Peninsula area, that includes San Mateo, Menlo Park area, and then we also have openings up in the San Francisco area, sometimes out in the East Bay as well, so like Oakland, Emeryville, Berkeley, and we even have these openings down in the South Bay area, such as in Cupertino. The pay rates typically will start at about $18 an hour, but again, there are lots of advancement opportunities once you learn a little bit more about our company and the positions and maybe what it is that you want to do. Another thing as well is one of the real tangible requirements that is typically needed is what is called a guard card. So that is just a security license from the state of California. And this license will allow people to work within the security field. To obtain that guard card, it is a 3-step process. You're doing a training, and we actually offer a free webinar for people who are interested in doing that training. And then there's also a live scan fingerprint, and then the actual registration for the license. So that's just the guard card that would, again, typically be a requirement. But then just some other duties about these specialist roles that we have, again, throughout the Bay Area is just the customer service, being very observant and just observe and report, as we say. So being aware of your surroundings. and just ensuring the safety and security of people around. So we are also very big on the advancement opportunities too, as I've mentioned. So 60% of our promotions for leadership positions have come from internal employees. So if people are looking for growth, it's a very good place to be at. So that's a little bit about the positions, unless there's any questions.
I had one question actually about the guard card. Is that provided, or are you guys able to provide the information to the students who need to find the guard card, where to like access the guard card?
So we do, like I said, for the guard card, if you wanted to obtain that, it's a 3-step process. So we help people out by offering the training course, and that is going to be through webinar right now, and that is obviously free. The next step would be to do a live scan fingerprint and then do an actual registration, which is done online. We do have some information for anyone who's interested that I can send over to them in an email that walks people through that process, and then they can always contact us as well, and we can go over it with them in further detail. But we definitely like to try to help people out with that process if that is something that they are looking to get into and obtain.
That's wonderful, Christina. Thank you so much. I think these are some interesting positions for students, not only for some foundational aspects within law, but also your company seems like to be a great company that offers a lot of perks and benefits and could really draw someone in. Can you tell us a little bit more about all those different kinds of benefits, I should say, that come along with working with security industry specialists?
Definitely. So just the actual benefits that maybe people ask about a lot, we do offer benefits for our full-time employees. So we have health, vision, dental. There's a 401k that people can contribute to as well. We offer paid time off. And then like I was saying as well, another opportunity or another benefit that I always like to discuss is just the growth and advancement opportunities, because I know people don't always like to stay stagnant in places. So again, we do provide a lot of that. We've had several people who have started off from very what we call the specialist positions and then have grown into the leadership roles and are now running sites on their own. Another, I guess, little benefit too is that we do operate across the country. So we have different sites just all throughout the US. So sometimes we've had people, maybe if they're moving, we can try to help them out and keeping them within the company and seeing what we can do to help them out if that's something as well. And then, like I said too, the flexibility is another one that I would say is a benefit, especially for those who may be in school, because we do want to help them out and make sure that they're still doing what it is that they have to do, but are still able to get some work in. So
thank you so much, Christina, for all that insight. I really appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and, unless there's anything else you wanted to mention before we move on.
I guess one more thing is, so I know I've mentioned a lot about, we have the different areas that we have these positions currently available in. They do require guard cards. We have one position that is actually down in the Cupertino area. We just opened it up right now. So I know Cupertino may be a little bit of a distance for people if you're coming from the peninsula area, but that one at the moment does not require a guard card. But you can get your foot into the door again without that guard card. And if you want to obtain that guard card, you may. And then from there, way more opportunities will open up. But if you're looking for some more of that immediate work and even trying to join our company, we have that one opportunity within Cupertino available right now to get started.
Thank you so much, Christina. I'm going to go ahead and move on to our next employer, but we will have a time at the end for students to be able to ask questions should they have any. Thank you so much. Now I'm going to pass it on to my colleague, Renee, who's going to introduce our next employer from the Police Credit Union.
Thank you, Alexa and Christina. Hi, everyone. My name is Renee Liang, and I am the Interim Job Placement Coordinator for Business, Entrepreneurship, and Management. And next, I would like to introduce Marina to speak about the positions available at the Police Credit Union. And hi, Marina, can you tell us about the positions that are currently available at the Police Credit Union?
Sure, thank you for the introduction. So like Renee mentioned, I'm Marina Pasquale. Some of the current roles I'm working on, I have a part-time position for a member solution consultant, which is very similar to what most people call a teller or a personal banker. So in this position, we really look out for those high customer service. Customer service is huge in our organization. We really honor and take great pride in making sure that each transaction is fulfilled, in the correct manner. Make sure we build those relationships and have those lasting impressions with our members. Again, we deal mainly with first responders, so it's really about having that empathy because we're not quite sure what kind of workday that they're going through. So it's really important that we're empathetic, we're able to listen, and really have that extra sense of empathy with them. I also have a contact center representative, and next week I'll be able to provide a little bit more details about the other positions I'm working on. At our organization, we really want to make sure that our internal employees have the opportunity to grow, so we always release those positions about a week ahead, so they have time to get their resumes and everything together. So hopefully next week I'll be able to provide you with a little bit more on that. But our contact center representative that we have open, they're mainly over the phone. So due to COVID, our contact center reps are part-time in the office and also part-time working from home. So we would provide the setup needed. Both roles start out at our starting rate, which is $22 an hour. The reason why we start at a higher compensation is because we really want those people who are going to be motivated, who are going to provide that exceptional member service. We really pride ourselves in having a great work environment. We have multiple locations. So we have 2 here in the peninsula. So we have 1 in San Bruno, 1 in San Mateo. We also have 2 in the East Bay. We have Oakland and Pleasanton. And we also have 2 in San Francisco, which is our Irving branch and our Bryant Street branch. The part-time member solution consultant is at our Irving branch. And that position, because it is part-time, Saturdays would be a requirement. Our ideal candidates are students, because we know that you guys need the time to make sure that you have it dedicated during business hours. The working hours would be 8:45 to 5, and Saturdays being a requirement. So the max hours is 25 hours per week, which would be, and the contact center representative is a full-time position. That would be 40 hours per week, and we do offer benefits such as health, dental. We also provide long-term and short-term disability at no cost to our employees who are full-time. So we provide 2 times their salary amount, rounded to the nearest thousand. And we also provide 401k contributions to both our part-time and full-time employees. So full-time employees, we would also do an 8% match on whatever they put in. And on top of that, we have, so sorry about the background noise. So on top of that, we also have different organizational type meetings. So we have great ways that we engage with all of our employees, such as cocktail hours. We do different things where we have picnics and a lot of fun, engaging events to make sure that our employees are heard and they have everything that they need. We also have great reward programs such as Awardco, which is what we provide points, which is dollars. So it's a great way that we can get gift cards and get different kind of fun events. We also, again, we just want to make sure that the people we bring in can definitely represent our organization or brand in a very positive way. And we really want people who are going to be dedicated to the positions.
Thank you, Marina. And yes, practicing good customer service skills is definitely a great skill to have, especially when you're working with the members and the first responders to help them find the correct credit union products and services that they need. And can you tell us some more about what the qualifications and skills that these positions require?
Sure. So right now, all we would need is a high school diploma for both of the positions that I have open. And the other, customer service is just the best skill that somebody can bring to us, and really those people skills. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with credit unions, but we're really big on that relationship building, and really we want this to be more than just a career. We also offer different career pathing. So for example, if in both of these positions, the contact center rep and the member solution consultant start out at a 1, and then they have that transition to 2, 3, a lead, and possibly a supervisor. And we also have what's called career action planning, which is, say for example, this person starts as a member solution consultant, but they're really interested in HR. We'll go ahead and put them into those different projects that are not necessarily confidential, and that way they can get their feet wet and really get to know the different managers within the different departments, to really get our employees to know which direction they want to go in.
Thank you, Marina. Yes,
Mhm.
the career paths and the different departments to learn more about the Place Credit Union. It all sounds really good. And the personal banker and member consultant positions sound like a great opportunity for the community of Skyline College. And also the reward program and the benefits also are great. And is there anything else you would like to include or talk about?
Actually, I do want to add one more thing. I think another thing that sets us apart from other organizations is our leadership team, our executive team. They're very approachable. Whether it's your first day, you can literally walk up to the CEO's office and say hi. He always does a new hire lunch. That really sets us apart because our whole executive staff, and they're all just a click away, or you can always just walk into their office.
Okay, thank you again, Marina.
No
And
problem.
for sharing the positions from the Place Credit Union with us today. And now I'm going to pass the virtual mic to my colleague Terrence to introduce our next representative.
Thank you, Renee and Marina. So good afternoon, everyone. My name is Terrence Jang. I am the Job Placement Coordinator for Science, Technology, and Health. Next up, we will have Darren Green from Dignity Health share about the various available positions that he has. So hi, Darren. Can you tell us about the available positions and what qualifications and skills are required for each position?
Sure. First of all, I'd like to say, Terrence, that we have close to, and this is a combined 21 states, we have about close to 4,000 positions that we have open. I'm going to highlight about 4 positions, but I also want to let everybody know that we're not just a hospital organization, because every hospital has a business side. And on our business side, we have positions like accounting and finance and treasury and marketing and advertising and inventory controls and positions like that they'll find on our job site. Our corporate office is located in San Francisco. We have another corporate office for Common Spirit, which is located in Chicago. And then the CHI corporate office is located in Colorado. So I've sent over 4 positions. In the Bay Area, we have, I think it's close to about, I sent you guys a list. I want to say it's close to about 210 positions or so, just in the Bay service area alone. But the positions that I'm going to highlight today are some positions in the hospital. The first one I want to talk about is a position as an anesthesia tech. That particular position requires some education. The minimal education is a high school diploma, but it also requires a certification as a surgery tech. And a lot of times they have to go to universities to get some type of education in anesthesia in order to become one of these certified techs. So it requires basic life support as well as some other responsibilities, and also has, just so you know, it also has a physical requirement that has to be met in order to be able to perform this function as well. The other position that I sent over that I wanted to highlight was a position called a cardio-surgical tech. And so the cardio-surgical tech is another one of our hospital roles. It requires that you graduate from an approved program as an OR tech or something equivalent. You also have to be certified as a surgical technologist by the National Board of Surgical Technology. or you could be a tech in surgery, a certified tech in surgery, and also requires a BLS certification, which is basic life support. The other position that I sent over was for a physical therapist. And a physical therapist position has a requirement of at least a bachelor's degree in physical therapy, or in kinesiology also could be a part of that, as well as you have to be accredited by the Council of Medical Education and Hospitals for the American Physical Therapy Association, or something equivalent to that. The other position that I want to highlight is also a therapy position. It's a respiratory therapy role. And as a respiratory therapist, you have to have a minimum education of a bachelor's degree is what they're looking for, as well as you have to receive different certifications as a respiratory care practitioner, and also an ACLS, or what we call a pediatric certification with regards to and I'm forgetting the terms of what all these, we have a lot of anonyms, but the PLS is a certification that has to do with like respiratory therapy, life support, that type of thing. So those are the 4 positions that I highlighted, but like I said, I encourage everybody to go to the Dignity Health Careers website. In the Bay Area, if you're interested, we have over 200 positions at all different levels, from the hospital to the clinics to the business side of Dignity Health. And that's pretty much it. Do you have any questions for me?
Those are definitely very good opportunities for our Skyline College graduates. It is very relatable to many of the programs offered here. It will allow our graduates to it'll allow our graduates to implement what they have learned to actual hands-on experience. So these graduates will definitely check out Dignity Health for all the other available positions as well.
Yes, and also too, I'd like to say lots of opportunity for growth. So anyone that's interested in joining Dignity Health, we have lots of opportunity for growth as well.
Okay. What are some reasons your company would be the ideal place for new graduates to work at?
First of all, Dignity Health truly believes in its mission statement. Some of you have probably heard of Dignity Health and heard of the Hello Human Kindness. Being a hospital organization and being a faith-based hospital organization, it gives you a different outlook when it comes to how you serve the community. Being in healthcare really puts you in a place, or puts you in a mindset that you're really supporting your community, you're really helping people. And when you go to work at Dignity Health or any other hospital organization, when you leave, you feel like you've really made a difference in someone's life. You've helped save someone's life. Healthcare is something that's not going to go away. During times of crisis, you always have healthcare. During times where the economy is suffering, you always have healthcare. It's just one of those opportunities where it'll always be around, because as human beings, we tend to get sick. We tend to have physical issues that we have to deal with. And so healthcare is just something that will always be around. And so it's a very secured type of career. And again, Dignity Health being a faith-based organization and our beliefs, it really gives you a good feeling that you've really done something to make a difference in someone's life. And that's always a great way to feel when you're leaving work.
You are definitely right. Healthcare will never be gone. Thank you for sharing all that information about Dignity Health. Is there anything else that you would like to add before I pass it on to my colleague, Renee?
Yeah, last but not least, our benefits. We're one of the few companies that have a pension, as well as a 403B, which is like a 401k, as well as a great benefits package with life, dental, health, dental plans. And so our benefits packages are really great. And the one thing that I could say about healthcare as well is as a college student, you can come work at a hospital and you can work per diem and still go to college and get your master's degrees, your PhDs there at Skyline. You could also too work part-time and have benefits and still be able to go to college, as well as full-time. You can have full-time opportunities, and depending on your hours, you can still go to college. And so healthcare kind of gives you an opportunity to continue your education, to build on your education, to build on your career, and at the same time work and earn a good income while having great benefits.
That sounds really good. Thank you for sharing all that good information.
Thank
I'll
you.
definitely pass it along to anyone that has interest.
Thank you.
Now we'll go back to Renee to introduce our next employer.
Thank you, Terrence and Darren. And hi, everyone. Again, I'm Renee. And next, I would like to introduce Marcus from Equitable Advisors. And this will also be representing the meta major of Business Entrepreneurship and Management. And hi, Marcus. To learn more about your company, can you please tell us about Equitable Advisors, including what type of products and services that you guys provide to the community?
Yeah, most definitely. So for some weird reason, my camera isn't working, and my little title here says Haley Gagner, but I'll introduce myself. My name is Marcus DeJesus. I work for AXA Equitable Advisors, and what we are is an wealth management firm. What we do is everything from investments down to insurances. So if you can kind of think of it, we help people grow their money, and then as well as protect their money, and then how to best use that over a period of time here. And so kind of what we're looking for, or what we try to look for individuals out there, are people who are looking down the entrepreneur type of role itself. Our firm, what we specialize in is helping advisors build books of businesses. Myself, I graduated from Chico State, and I went into the role of finance. I essentially built my book from zero to about 500 clients now, and it's provided me with a really good career that allows me to help individuals essentially reach their goals through investments and financial needs.
Thank you, Marcus. And can you share with us about the positions that are currently available at Equitable Advisors?
Yeah. So primarily what we're looking for is we're looking to hire about 2 or 3 more new advisors this year. Our firm, specifically what we try to do is not hire mass amounts of people in this financial advisor role, just due to the fact that it is a lot of hand-holding, a lot of mentorship that we do. And so what we're looking for are people who are looking to get in the world of finance and really work with individuals on a daily basis to implement financial planning.
That sounds great. Thank you. And can you tell us about the qualifications and skills that are required for this financial advisor's position?
Yeah. And so specifically what we look for isn't really necessarily a background in finance. Primarily what we look for are people who have a few traits. One, being an entrepreneur. 2, being really compassionate. And that's very important in this kind of role, because what we deal with is people's sensitive information. That's diving deep into where they're at currently right now, what their finances look like, and how do we best position that. Qualification wise, it really is, it's a mixture between the IQ and the EQ. I kind of say you got to be able to understand what we go over, in the sense that, my background, funny thing is marketing and healthcare administration. I did healthcare down in Southern California. I think it's a fantastic industry itself. My entire family is in healthcare. But what we want to know is, can you go ahead and understand the material that we go over? And ideally, what we do is look for people who have that capability to go ahead and understand finance. Ideally, we hire people straight out of 4-year college. just to make sure that we have some sort of background and commitment there. So ideally, it'd be someone who had a background in finance or in sales. Typically, we hire a lot out of a four-year college itself. That's primarily where we do most of our hiring from.
Thank you. And can you tell us about why Equitable Advisors would be an ideal place to work for?
That's a fantastic question. And I kind of bring that back to culture. I mean, as a 23-year-old, when I started here at this company, it's one of those things that we hold very near and dear, because in the industry that what we deal with as a financial advisor, it's a very difficult type of role, position. And so, the turnover rate is about, or the retention rate in this industry is about 10%. And our branch specifically is 60% of advisors who start here stay. And so why Equitable has been so fantastic, specifically with our branch, is, to be honest, we're out there in the community quite a bit. One, I actually built my book through the K-12 market and nonprofit space, and I impact the community quite a bit. I essentially are keyed in with a lot of the teacher associations throughout the Bay Area. And so I'm really in tight with them, but it really comes back to the culture. Really, that's what we focus on, is you want to come to work and love what you do. And that's what you kind of feel when you walk into the office. It's not what you actually kind of feel, it's what you do feel. People love to go ahead and come into what we do every single day. And then we have great mentors that help new advisors day over day. And, that's thankfully because we've hired the right people and we've created the culture that attracts the right people.
Thank you so much, Marcus. And joining the team as a financial advisor sounds exciting, and it's a great opportunity for students to learn more about finance and business. And is there anything else you would like to include or talk about?
Yeah, I mean, the how I always end these and the conversations I have with everybody, you just want to be in an area and in a role that really you're passionate about, and it may take some time to go ahead and find that. And coming down this route, it's a career versus a job. And that's why I focus on people who go down this path or who look to go down the financial advisor path or looking for a career that year over year gets better and easier every single year. And your compensation goes up with that way. But the financial advisor route, it's a phenomenal route that I, stumbled upon myself. And it's created a pretty good lifestyle for me to live in San Francisco, coming from Orange County to San Francisco right after college here.
Thank you again, Marcus, for sharing these positions from Equitable Advisors with us today. And now I would like to pass the mic back to Alexa.
Thank you so much, Renee, and thank you, Marcus, for sharing that to our students today. I also want to give another big thank you to Christina, Marina, Darren, and Marcus for all coming and participating in today's webinar to get these awesome positions that they have available within their company to our students here today and who will be watching this on a digital platform as well, and have interest and want to further their careers and the passion within these companies. They all seem like really amazing places to work for. All of them really provide relatable experience to many of the different degrees and certificates we offer here at Skyline College, including law, surgical tech, the allied health, and business business entrepreneurship and management. So we really appreciate you coming and bringing those aspects in. And even within your companies, there are so many ways to grow within them into many different other areas that are also applicable to our students who are in other majors as well, such as marketing, that was mentioned before as well, or the tech side of things and other aspects of HR. So I'm really excited that these students can hear about all these different opportunities that are available within these companies and within these industries. So virtual round of applause for our employers today. And also I really want to thank our job placement team and career readiness for coming and putting this all together for our students to be able to hear these opportunities as well. And thank you to the audience that was able to to attend this live webinar session. And I look forward to hearing about any questions that you may have. We will open up the floor for you now. We will also be providing an interest survey in the chat box, as well as to your email where you registered. And also this interest survey will be posted on our website along with this recording of this live webinar, so that students can watch this at a time that is convenient for them and still get the opportunity to hear about these positions. And if should they be interested, can directly reach out to us and we will get you connected with these employers and these fantastic opportunities. So the website, just in case students aren't aware, is skylinecollege.edu/career center, or you can go to Skyline College and just simply type in the search bar career readiness and job placement. So I would like to open up the floor. If anyone has any questions, you can feel free to raise your hand and I can allow you to speak, or you can type it in the chat box, whatever is your preference. And I don't see any questions or hands raised. And just to honor everyone's time, again, I want to thank all of our employers today for being here. And myself or my colleagues will be in contact with you should any of the students fill out these interest surveys in regards to these positions that you have made available to our campus. So thank you all so much. I really appreciate your time, being that, you know, we are living in some unprecedented times and things take up our schedules really quickly. So again, I really appreciate everyone coming and participating here today.
Thank you. And I have a question, Alexa. Will there be a 315 call, or this is the only call?
No, this is the only call. We're going to actually post this to our site so that students can still hear these opportunities at a time that's more convenient if they weren't able to attend live.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, Darren. I really appreciate it. And thank you to Rena, Christina, and Marcus. Thank you all so much. Have a great rest of your day and a great rest of your week.